Hey guys, I'm Chris Ford, aka FORDY. If you want to lose weight by running, you need to check this video out, so let's get stuck in. Hey guys, welcome to FORDY Rounds. I'm Chris Ford, aka FORDY. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with my latest videos. This video is all about losing weight and how you can lose weight by running. I've lost a ton of weight by running, and I think it'd be useful for me to tell you how I did that, and I think how you could do that. So I lost quite a bit of weight. I think I was 15 stone back in February 2016, and I'm now 11 stone. Actually, no, I'm more than that now, but I got down to 11 stone, so it's like 4 stone. So I'm not sure what the pounds are on that, but or kilograms, but it's quite a bit, and I lost that in 6 months. I saw a picture of myself in February 2016 that someone had taken from October, and I put it up actually. And I looked out of shape is probably a nice way of putting it. So I decided then and there that I was going to change my lifestyle and the way that what I was eating and what I was drinking, but more importantly that I wanted to go back to running. I had previously run back in 2013, well, I took running up, again, just trying to get into shape because it was hard with the baby and everything else going on in the world. To try and find something I could do to try and get me in shape. But I stopped for whatever reason. I can't remember what it was in 2013. So I decided that that's what I was going to do to get back into shape because I thought it was the easiest way to do it. And I'm guessing that you're probably thinking about doing that as well, because running's so good. It's easy accessible. You can literally just stick your trainers on and off you go. It doesn't cost so much, and it's easy if you're limited on time. So I saw myself then and there, and I thought, you know what, this is not good. So the first thing I did, and this is a really good idea that I would say to anybody who's thinking about losing weight through running, is sign yourself up for an event, a race, whether it be 5, 10, whatever. So it was February, I signed up for something that was in July. It was a 10K race. My brother-in-law had put down for it, he said, why don't you do that? That's a great idea. If you know somebody who's doing something, or you can get a friend to start training with you, or anybody who can get involved in it, that's a great way to help you lose the weight as well, because it keeps you motivated if they're doing it. I mean, he'd already done the London Marathon, Great North Run, and loads of other running events, so it was good to use him as like a sparring partner. I signed up for that, so I had my goal. And then I started really a couple of times a week, just running around to the mother-in-law's. I mean, she's 3.5, 4K away, something like that. And it's pretty flat. So instead of jumping in the car and going around there, like on a Sunday, if we go around and have dinner, I'd run around, or jog actually when I started. And that's how I got back into it. So a couple of times a week, I'd just get out there, I'd stick my old Asics on, and I'd hit the pavement, and I would jog, and I would get myself round to it. So I got myself round to the mother-in-law's, and then after a while, after I stopped feeling sick and my legs were aching and everything like that, and I built myself up slowly but surely, I started thinking about increasing my distance. I found that I could put time in the week and at the weekend to increase my distance a bit. So I started doing 5, 6K, and again, slowly but surely building myself up. I did a bit of running with my brother-in-law. Again, great if you've got somebody you can go running with. I mean, he used to stick with me at the start and then used to run off because he was like twice as fast. But it wasn't about the speed at which I was going, it was more the fact that I'd started and I had this plan to get to do this 10K, and all of a sudden, the weight started coming down. And I hadn't really changed too much in what I was doing with regards to my diet to start with, but then I thought to myself, no, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it properly. So I looked at what I was eating, and I realised actually that a lot of it was rubbish, junk. So I wouldn't say I dieted. What I did was I made a point of changing my diet, getting myself a plan, a structured plan, and changing my diet and changing my eating habits. And that was key to me losing this weight, I think, so quickly. So what I did was, going from having bacon rolls for breakfast, cereals here and there, and stuff like that. I religiously had porridge every day, which was really easy to get and cheap. Just one of those sachets made up. And then for lunches, instead of having like a baguette or something like that, I would then have a soup or a salad. And if the salad, it would have, you know, the light dressing or hardly any dressing in it. You make sure there was plenty of protein in there. And the soups, I'd have the large one, but no bread with it. Or if you go to eat, you have the chicken pot pie, which is ledge. I wouldn't have the pastry in it. And then I then got to a point where I was having dinner. But for the dinner was, instead of having like a carby dinner, I would have meat, I don't know, 2 chicken breasts and some vegetables, or some vegetables and a bit of rice with the meat. But the rule of thumb that I gave myself was that I wasn't having any dinner or in particular carbs after 6 o'clock. That was my number one rule that I gave myself, that I would stop eating no later than 6 o'clock. And then if I was peckish in the evening, I'd have a cup of tea, like a chamomile tea or a green tea or something like that, to suppress the hunger. It sounds a bit dramatic, but I wasn't like, oh, starving. It was just have a cup of tea instead of make myself feel hungry. But by doing that, by stopping having the carbs and the meals late, my system, my body had plenty of time to digest it before I was going to bed, so it, you know, I could flush it all through, and I felt much better for it. By doing that material change, I started to feel really different. I mean, it took like 3 or 4 weeks. I felt a bit rubbish. I wouldn't say the toxins were coming out of my body, but you know, I'd stopped eating all the crisps, all the Diet Cokes, no booze, all the you know, the cups of tea with milk, all that kind of thing. I phased them out. You know, the kids' biscuits, the sweets and stuff like that. Knocked that all on the head. And I say I didn't feel great for a couple of weeks. You know, I wasn't laying in bed or anything, but you know, you wasn't feeling 100%. But slowly but surely, my body got used to what I was starting to put back into it, and the weight just started coming off. I say it got to a point. I think when I got to that race, that I'd lost so much weight that I needed to start putting back on because it was coming off too quickly. Again, I had starved myself. I wasn't doing like slim fast shakes or just eating yogurt. I was still eating good meals. I was still eating properly. I was still getting the right stuff. If I was snacking, it was fruit. If I wanted a hot drink, I'd have 1 cup of coffee, but then after that it would be like herbal teas, chamomile tea, green tea, lemongrass and all that sort of stuff. They're great. And I would drink loads of water to go along with what I was doing, because I was doing the running now. I wanted to stay hydrated. And if I was feeling a bit hungry in the day, I wouldn't snack on anything. I'd get myself a cup of tea, or more importantly, I'd drink some water. Just drinking loads of water made such a difference, and I didn't feel as hungry. As I say, and once my body got used to it after a while, it felt great. And then I then made sure I was getting more sleep. I was on about, I don't know, on average, let's say 5 or 6 hours, 6 hours, let's say, leading up to this change that I made. I made sure, as best I could, that I was getting 8 to 9 hours sleep every night. I mean, that meant going to bed early. Okay, I was a bit boring, but I was making sure I was getting that sleep to give my body the chance, you know, to get back, fueled back up again and ready. And it really seemed to start to pay off. And that's basically what I did by changing my lifestyle, by putting the running in. So I got up and I did the 10K and I had that goal and I completed that race. After I finished that race, I thought to myself, right, I'm going to carry on with this. Because I'd lost so much weight and I felt so good, I then ended myself into a half marathon in October. So again, I had another goal and I continued it. But then I had to start increasing what I was eating. But I didn't go back to eating rubbish. I just increased, like I say, the carbs into my diet and the protein like more into my diet. And I started building up, so I wasn't losing all that weight, so I wasn't going any lower. So I bottomed out and I maintained a healthy weight. And that's what I did. I would say to anybody who's looking to lose weight through running, start off slowly. Don't make any dramatic changes with your diet instantly. Do what I did. Slowly but surely change your diet. Think about what you can change in your diet, your breakfast, your lunches and your dinners. Try and stick to that rule that I did. Don't eat late, don't snack late, make sure you drink lots of water, try and switch out stuff that you can. Like I say, if you fancy having a packet of crisps, have a banana. I know it's stuff that seems common sense. And with the running, do little bits, start off, so it's going to kill you when you start, but you can do it. You're doing it for a reason. Don't forget why you're doing it. And if you can set yourself that goal of having a race, so you're working towards it, you know, you'll be surprised how motivated you can get yourself. And then all of a sudden you're going to have to start buying new clothes because nothing fits you. I mean, I've had to change my whole wardrobe about 4 times. And that's a great thing to do. And as you change as a person, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel healthy. You ain't going to get as many colds. You ain't going to get as much flu. You ain't going to feel as rotten as you used to because of what you was putting into your system. And you're going to start feeling really good about yourself. And it's the easiest way, I think, and the best way to lose weight quickly. I say I lost that amount of weight, 4 stone, whatever that is, in kilograms and pounds. I probably should have looked it up before I did this video. But I lost that in 6 months. And I wasn't, as I say, I wasn't dieting. I just changed my diet and I changed my eating habits along with doing my running. And that was the key to it. Was the running was getting everything, getting those calories burnt and getting started taking some of that fat off of me and toning up and all that sort of business. So yeah, so that's it. That's my story. As I say, my top tips I would say to you is get yourself entered into something. Get yourself a plan. Look at the distances, look at your routes, think about how you can build up and where you can run. Make sure you drink loads, get plenty of sleep, more than you think if you can. I know it's hard. And just look at those little things in your diet that you can change really easily. Like I say, the breakfast and the lunches and even the dinners, you know, just instead of having, you know, a load of stuff on your plate, have a nice couple of little bits of chicken with some vegetables, some fresh veg. And this is another tip. Use the Tesco's, Sainsbury's, even Waitrose, I think. They do these like healthy meals. I can't remember what they're called. Be healthy, be good to yourself or something like that. They're like 400 calories max. You shove them in the microwave, they're done in like 5 minutes. Make sure they're not the ones which are high in salt, because some of them can be high in salt, so check them. But they're like 400 calories. Put a couple of them in the week. Mix it up a bit. But they're great because, as I say, they're only 400 calories. Get yourself a MyFitnessPal, I think is the Under Armour app. Any of those apps which you can track your diet, they're great, they'll keep you in tow. Make sure you're getting the right amount of calories and you're not putting not enough in, because you need to put the right amount in for what you're doing, but you're not going over. All those little things, to say that they're my sort of top tips, I suppose, if you're really keen to lose weight through running. But yeah, if you've got any comments, stick them below. You've got any questions, stick them below. If you want to get in touch, go to my website, FORDYRUNS.com. There's a contact page on there if you want to ask me any more details how I did it, exactly what I was eating and what I was doing, and any advice I can give you, I'm more than happy to do. But as I say, you have a look at that picture of me in February 2016, and then as I say now, I'm a lot leaner and I'm a lot fitter, and I feel a lot better for it. And I think anybody out there who's looking to lose a few pounds, there's not a bad way of going about it, is by taking that running and just having a think about what you're eating. But I hope that helps. Enjoy the videos, give us a thumbs up, and I'll be back soon with some more content. Keep running.